Yeah, g'day guys. Today on the channel, as you can see, we've painted the zombie truck. So stick around, I'll show you how we did it. Here we go. So I made this ladder set up and platform so I can get to the roof. So let's go up and have a bit of a look-see. Oh man, I've forgotten how bad this roof was. That's going to be a hole. That's going to be a hole. And that's probably going to be a hole. And the same on that side. This model Lancer and a few others, sounds kind of funny, but in the color range, when they manufactured them, they didn't, they used a very acidic glue to, sounds kind of funny, the cross members underneath the roof. There's cross members that support the sheet metal. There's a part of the sheet metal there. So the supports were glued on and it actually rusted through where all the supports are. You notice that they're all in line, like there's the other side over there. There it is, there it joins up with this one. So the supports is what actually did the damage, gluing the supports in. Good old Mitsubishi Australia when they manufacture them. So we've got to either cut it out, weld it in, do it all properly, or we patch it so it doesn't leak. I'd really like to do it properly, so we're just going to patch it so it doesn't leak. So the plan to fix all these holes, firstly I've got to remove the bog from the holes. But the thing is, see that bit of foil there? That's Dynamat from the underside. So the whole ceiling of the car is covered with Dynamat. And which is good because it's a nice sound deadener, but all these other holes, all the bog that's sitting in it is connected to that and sitting on it, where this one here, Gary helped me rip it out just to see what's under it, but because I'm putting a piece of sheet metal over the holes, like around the diameter of the holes, surrounding the holes. So my thoughts are we either chip away and cut all the Dynamat out, which won't be real good, I don't think, or we just get the grinder and take off the top of where the bog is. As long as it exposes the steel around the outside, we put a patch on it and tack weld the sheet of steel on with a bit of sealant under it so it doesn't leak. That's the thoughts anyway. So I'm going to start hitting the grinder. I'll put you guys up on the tripod and hopefully you can see something that's going on. Anyway, so let's start hacking. I don't really have any lights over the hoist. Like I've got them all around the shed and even one at the front there. But I've got no lights here. So it's a little bit dark, but that's okay. I can see it. Hopefully you guys can see it well enough. Anyway, let's start grinding and see what comes out of it. So I've put this cardboard here, not necessarily as a masking, although I've used mask tape. It's more for when I do the welding around the holes on the patches, that the little BBs don't stick to the glass. That's the theory anyway. I've just put it on the front and the rear. I'll tape up the side windows or something somehow. The front one's the crucial one, because if I try and use wipers or anything, the little BBs that stick to the glass from welding won't be real good for the wipers. So anyway, let's get into do some cutting or some cleaning. Let's just remove some stuff and do some patches. Let's get into that. I can't breathe. I don't know. Oh, I wouldn't have survived. Glad I got this stuff.
I hope you can hear me over the fans. I've got a couple of fans going over there. There's one over in the corner and the big one around the corner over there, blowing all that dust out of the way, which is nice. So I'm halfway done. Well, halfway stripping the paint and the body filler, or bog is what we call it here in Australia. Well, there was more bog in this than a festival toilet, so I've got to say, whoever did it was trying to seal some holes, I guess. Now these are big holes, like, I mean, that's the whole roof, and I'd have to say a third of it is in holes, rust. Mitsubishi Australia got a fair bit to answer for, I guess. Anyway, they're not worried, and if this was a road going car, well, I'd probably have to put a whole new roof on. But in this instance, it's not. So see where I've got it sort of level to the actual sheet metal. What my plan is put a heap of Sikaflex, like a silicon sort of based type material around this edge, and then put a big piece of sheet metal over the top of it so it sticks down, and then put spot welds all the way around it, and that should definitely seal it. I don't really have any other options other than doing a whole new roof, and I'm not really want to do that. If it didn't have this Dynamat in here, which is like a bitumen based material, if it didn't have the whole ceiling in there of that stuff, I probably would just cut pieces out and weld them in. But it's got that on the ceiling, and it's not that easy to remove, so I won't be doing that. I'm just going to patch these over. Yes, it's a bit sketchy, but all the purpose of me doing this is why I got the car so cheap, like for free, basically. And mainly because the roof leaked, and the owner was sick of trying to repair it. And I mean, yeah, they repaired it, but anyway, it still leaked. So if I fix these holes in the way of patches, we should be right. So I like how the metal comes up really shiny with these clean and stripped sort of discs. Shiny and chrome.
A ride eternal, shiny and chrome.
Anyway, let's strip the other half. Hopefully it's not so bad. We'll get into that. I'll get back to you. I'll do the rest of the roof off camera, and then we'll get back to you as soon as I'm done it. So I'll get into that. And just like that, we've got the whole roof completely stripped. Anyway, hopefully you can hear me over the fans, trying to clear the air. It's a bit dusty in here. As you can see, she's a bit of a mess. Anyway, so the roof's all done, and the patches are all exposed. I can see it's not that bad in comparison to this side. That side's pretty good, if you can call it good. Anyway, so I'll now give it a quick wipe down with a bit of thinners. Or terps or something, and so I'll put some weld through etch primer all over the roof, and then I can actually weld on any patches and whatever I'm going to do, and it'll be sort of sealed-ish. So it'll be sealed to a certain extent anyway, until we actually put some undercoat and stuff on it. So that weld through primer will give me the ability to put the patches on without any trouble, and we'll go from there. But it looks a mess down on the ground. I had a rag over the top of this camera, so let's go and have a look at the ground level, eh? Oh wow, what a mess. Everywhere you look is just covered in dust. Even the old tripod. Yeah, we've got a bit of dust on the ground. Oh, it's like it's been snowing. So I've got some masking done, and I've used cardboard and heaps of tape, and that's mainly for the BBs so they don't get on the glass. But as a secondary bonus, I'll be able to use that as the painting masking, because I've sort of done right to the edge, which is good. I've also done the mirror. Look at that. There's a bunch of other stuff I've got to mask up, but I mean they're the main ones while I do the roof. So I thought I got a bit carried away. So that one's all done, roughly. And the other side has got, would you believe, a bit of builder's plastic. So a bit of black plastic there. I don't know how well that's going to go with any BBs, but the side ones aren't as much a problem because it has a really sharp edge where the front has a slow slope, and I don't really want BBs on the glass. The black is all flashed off, like it's dry. It don't look that bad. Like, I mean, other than the big gaping holes that are in there, kind of nearly just looks a bit different, doesn't it? Going to cut some patches and put some polyurethane under it. I was going to use Sikaflex, but this is what I sort of got. It's this one here, good old polyurethane. It's paintable over the top, so it won't matter if a bit squishes out, and as long as it doesn't affect the spot welds that hold the little patch on over the top of it. As long as it seals it, that's all that matters. Now this is not what I would do on a road going car, but I just need it sealed and I don't want to replace the roof. So I'll cut some patches and put some polyurethane on, eh? So we have some patches, not stuck down, they're all just cut to size and sitting there. It kind of looks a bit too uniform. You understand what I mean by uniform being square and like all sort of rectangular and bits, and I was thinking maybe I should just round some of the edges up a bit. I'll shape them a bit so it looks like a bit of a patchwork. Right, so there we go, we got some oddball patches. The only thing is they sort of look like they're all sort of in line, which I can't really help because they are. That's where all the holes are. Unless I just sort of chuck other oddball bits in between them. I'll black the underside of all these patches. Yeah, black this side so it's sealed, although that's zinc anneal, so maybe it doesn't really need. Anyway, I'll put some black etch on the underside of all those patches, start welding away. Hopefully we don't have a fire on the inside. Leave that with me. The underside of those patches are all done. Let's get to weld them on, eh? I think we're all good. I'll keep welding these patches on and I'll get back to you. So there we have it. All the patches are all on. All I gotta go do is see these little tiny BB burn marks. You just see them. The little BBs rolled off from where some of the welds were and rolled into the paper. Hopefully it hasn't gone and stuck to the glass, but anyway, the next problem would be I'll put a bit of tape over it. I've got the tape here. I'll put a bit of tape over them and make sure that we don't get paint on the glass. And I had a few sort of blow throughs and no real smoke in the ceiling, which was nice. Always a bonus to not catch your car on fire. So now I'll just grab the flappy disc and take off the height of those little tacks, you know, so they're flat with this sheet. So I'll take that off and then I can, I'm winging this as I go. I don't really know what I'm doing, so I'm either going to use that polyurethane and smear around all the corners so it's a smooth edge, and then I can paint it that black etch again. and then it's ready for an actual undercoat. So it's as sealed as it's going to be, hopefully. Anyway, I think we're nearly done with the roof, so I'll get the flappy and sort that out. Here we go. Okay, roof is all done and sealed and patched and welded and all that. So now we can move on to a few other things before I get Gary to come and do the spray painting. Gary from AMC Restorations has offered to paint the outside body. Yeah, so roof's all done. Now let's get into something else. That'll protect the engine a bit from mud and zombie blood. Oh, hey, thought it'd be a good thing to put a seatbelt in. I was going to go one of those big fancy ones, you know, the multi-harness things, but couldn't afford that. So I've got the original factory ones. Like, I don't need a fancy one, do I? So I don't drive radically, and this car definitely won't be getting thrown around much at all, so no, it'll be right. Yeah, we're good. Oh, yeah, no, it's all right. It's all good. Probably can't see that real well, but how does that look? Just under the edge of the bumper there, shooting at the ground, nice and even. Yeah, I like it. Now I'll weld it up. His idea was to put a cooler on here. Just hang on there for the moment. need to get rid of that bit, I think. Might have to get a hammer, get involved with it. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Yep, I'd say that's fixed. Yeah. Yeah, I can do the other ones. And the back ones are from this to this and then to this. So I think we're going to have plenty of clearance now. It looks a bit hard to see because of the discolour with the black, but I've hammered all that in, cut it all back. And if we have a look at the front, the angle and everything, I think we're going to have no issues with the wheel rubber anymore. Not that we had a big problem before. You can see it a bit better on this one. Heaps of room. They're laughing. So now we're ready for painting, so we'll just do a quick rub back so the paint sticks, finish off the masking, and then we'll be away. So let's get into that. Actually, we might do that tomorrow. For you, it'll only be a couple of seconds. For me, it'll be tomorrow. Here we go. Yeah, here we are. So Gary's here with us to get this painting done. And so Gary, we're just doing closed doors, sort of. That's the deal thing that we're doing, isn't it?
Closed doors is what you want.
Yeah, well, that's all we need. We don't need door jams or any of that other kind of stuff. We'll just take little bits of footage as we're going through it, and just before we pull the trigger on the paint, we'll have a bit of a chat about it. Let's get into it. This is evidence that you do stuff.
No, I don't do anything. I'll ask everybody.
It's a bit dusty, this job, Gary.
Yeah. I think there is a song out called I See Red.
Dusty red.
I See Red.
Oh, I see red. Right, okay. Isn't that by Split Ends?
I believe so.
I see red, I see red, I see red.
We're seeing that.
Okay, Gary, we're sort of nearly to the point of, like, because, you know, we're all different colours, the same colour as the car.
Here we are, yeah.
So, to what point, like, I mean, this being a closed door, really cheap, sort of slap-on, should be right paint job.
Yeah.
And I think you've told me this many times before, is it's all in the preparation.
Yeah, definitely.
So the more time that we spend on the preparation, the far better job we're going to get, right?
100%.
So if we just leave divots and shit everywhere, it's...
You gotta see them.
Okay. No matter what colour, or some colours are more than others?
Darker colours are definitely worse than others.
Okay. So, and this one being a fairly dark colour, being soon to be colour, yeah, being black. Although we're going with the satin, we're not having a gloss. It'll still show up, right?
It'll still show up.
Okay.
But you're building something that's going to bash through the bush. So.
We are going through the bush, yes, and we are running down zombies. It doesn't really matter that much, I guess.
No, it's not like you're going for a full show quality.
Show quality zombie truck.
Zombie truck. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I guess we're not.
Like we're only going to touch up bare metal bits with undercoat because you're not doing a full undercoat on it.
No. Okay.
So, but so long as the paint's prepped right, the new paint will stick on it.
Okay.
And like, I mean, that's the whole reason we were sanding back with the orbital, the old clear coat.
Correct.
Which we had to sort of blend in a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Because this model, good old Mitsubishi, they don't tend to, the clear coat doesn't last, or is it just red?
Well, Queensland, son.
Oh, okay, it's pretty harsh.
It's harsh on red, but the clear coats, they don't put enough on them from factory. Never, doesn't matter what make or model or manufacturer, they don't put enough clear coat on from factory. That's why they only last a few, well, 10 or so years.
And then you either got to redo it or you just upgrade your car.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Unless you keep wax and stuff up to them, and yeah.
Yeah, not many people do that.
Not many people do that.
No, I definitely don't. Actually, I think I've only washed my car twice.
I think I've washed it more than you have.
My car, yes. Yeah. You borrowed it and washed it, yeah. Yeah, oh well.
Anyway, yeah, not too bad. Everything's looking pretty good so far.
I guess we'll redo the masking on the front and rear windows because you said that it looks like shit.
Well, there's big gaps around it, so we could paint the glass too if you want.
No, we don't need tint on the outside.
You don't want outside tint?
No.
Okay.
So yeah, okay, I'll help you rip that off and you can show me how to mask because, man, I've got no idea as you can see. But the windows, the side windows look alright?
That'll be alright for what you want.
Okay.
Like if it was me, I'd be taping up a lot more, but that's okay.
It is black on black edging, so...
Yeah, but...
Well, we can redo it and we'll do a little tutorial if you want.
Doesn't bother me.
No, but maybe next time.
Finished product, but anyway.
Yeah, a question I was going to ask you. What do you think of my fantastic roof job?
I haven't been up there yet.
Well, you're about to paint it.
Deliberately.
So you're about to paint it, and it is patched. The
Do I need to look?
no, it should be right.
Okay.
It's alright, isn't it?
It's lucky it's tall.
Yeah. Well, no one will ever really look at it unless we have drone footage. I don't own a drone, so no one's ever really going to see it.
It serves the purpose.
Yeah, and the main reason was to stop the rain coming in.
The rain coming in.
Because in a post-apocalyptic world, there isn't any rain, so I shouldn't have even bothered.
That's it. You should have sunroofs everywhere.
Yeah, there was plenty of them.
There's definitely plenty of sunroofs I can see.
Yeah, you wait till you see the footage of the video. Oh, you can see that beautiful roof job.
I'll try and not.
Oh, you're a funny guy. Do you just put the tape stuff on around the headlights, or you like doing that stuff?
No, I always put a border around. The reason I put the border around is that stuff, the plastic stuff, then sticks a lot easier.
Oh, okay. So the quality of the tape, you mean, or it just makes the whole job easier?
It just makes it easier. It just makes it easier.
Because those headlights, we really need to see the zombies, so we need it as clear as we can.
There you go, that makes it so much easier to just go straight over the top of that tape. And I might just go straight across there. Just gives you that little bit more flexibility with it.
And then you just pull its skirt down.
Same part. There we go. Tape it off and we're good.
We sort of covered the radiator-ish.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. That's a big radiator. I said just tape that down now and that'll all be ready.
Excellent. Well, we're nearly finished taping, so we'll come back to you as soon as we're all taped up, ready to paint. So everything's all masked up, and Gary's ready to mix up some paint. We've even masked up the rest of the shed. Hopefully we haven't missed anything.
Remove, not wax and grease.
Yeah. Or what are they? Wax and tar and wax and...
Something like that.
Yeah, well, let's just use terps or something.
Prepsol.
Prepsol, that's it. That's fancy words. That's for big spray paint places. Yeah, so everything's ready, and Gary's about to mix up, so I probably won't be able to get any footage of while he's in here with his mask on, but between coats I'll be able to open the door and have a quick squiz. So we'll get back to you once he's got a bit of colour on. So this is the last time you'll ever see it red. So let's have a little look in the shed while we're in between coats. Wow. Are you happy with it?
Plenty black. Yeah, I'm happy with it. There's a couple little hiccups I had, but I managed to get them sorted as I was going. So dry off and start chasing some zombies.
Yeah. They won't see it coming. So what do we got now? We got the bumper bars, the steel bumper bars and the front bumper bar.
Steel bars, front bar, and the rear spoiler.
Oh yeah, the rear spoiler and the signs that we got to whack on later.
And maybe a couple of little tricks.
We'll let this bake overnight in the hot shed. We'll get into the other bits tomorrow. And just like that, it's the next day. It's been baking in the shed, nice and sunny this morning. And I'll roll it outside, I'll unmask it, then roll it outside, and then I can prep up those other parts, the bumpers and the steel bumpers and the spoiler and all that kind of stuff. So I'll get into that. Gary's coming down soon to put some paint on it for me. So let's get into that. So we got Garry back, we've put a bit of black undercoat on, and now we're going to do the top coat. So let's get into that. You ready for this, Garry?
Let's do it.
Excellent. There we go, all painted. That's the top coat. Now all I got to do is put it together. So these signs were made a few months ago for me. I've just made the white backing and I'm about to put them on. Rusty's Metal Cut Signs and Designs. Here's a little short clip of them being cut. So if you want to see the whole video of these getting made, I'll put the link in the description for you down below so you can watch the whole video of them getting cut and the process that he goes through to make them right and the design and all that kind of stuff. So he made them for me. Thanks, Rusty. Muchly appreciated. So here's where we are at the moment. Because I've got to mount these on the doors, I've drilled a few holes, sort of countersunk them, made these round discs to fit on as a backing, and here they are here, little holes all the way through. So they look pretty good with the white backing on it. They should look really good on the Wasteland Rig. And now I've got these, the long ones here, I've just center punched them, measured them, center punched them. I don't quite know where to put a middle bolt, because I'm only using little 5mm countersunk metric bolts, and I'm just going to put some nut certs in the door. So I've got these long strips. These they sort of fit on here like that. So then they've got a white background. Then I've just got to wait for the other one to finish doing its rusting. I did leave them outside for a while to rust up a bit, just give them a bit of a squirt of water, face them down, turn them over. Then it rained on it for a couple of nights. So they've rusted up really nice. It's just how I wanted it. All I'm going to do now is put a bit of glue on the back of this and a few sort of spots so it sticks really well to there and you won't see it won't come through. When I mean glue, I mean like Sikaflex or something like that. Then I'll be able to bolt them to the door. So then the zombie truck will be finished. So we're at our secret location. We finally arrived. It was a bloody long drive. Anyway, so we're here, and good and bad news, I think we got security cameras that, you know, we probably shouldn't be here. So if we find a couple of zombies, we'll go and run them down and
Leave.
leave. Yeah, so before the authorities turn up. Oh, hang on. We are the authorities for zombies.
For zombies.
So guys, thanks for watching the whole series. And if you've missed any of them, there's a playlist down in the description. So catch all them out. So this being the final in the episode, it's also the first video for this year. Oh yeah, I haven't seen you guys since last year. Anyway, we're gonna take off. So, but first we're gonna find some zombies. Have you seen any?
Not yet, but let's have a bit of a look.
Any around? I can hear lots of cicadas.
What's that behind that tree over there, Jim?
I think that's a zombie.
Seatbelt, seatbelt.
Hang on, sit. I can't give me someone on. Oh, no. Damn, who needs a seatbelt? Let's go.
Come on, let's go!
I can hear lots of cicadas.
What's that behind that tree over there, Jim?
I think that's a zombie.
Seatbelt, seatbelt.
Hang on, sit. I can't give me someone on. Damn, who needs a seatbelt? Let's go.
Come on, let's go!